Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a tranquil mountain haven, where mist hangs softly in the air. There dwells a sage, a guardian of ancient wisdom. Each dawn, as the world awakens, he engages in a curious ritual. He gathers dewdrops, one by one, into a delicate bowl. People whisper, "Why this strange devotion?" Today, we'll journey into the heart of this mystery. We'll explore the sage's unusual path and unlock the profound lessons it holds for you, for your inner peace, for your inner sage. In a secluded mountain village, nestled amidst peaks that kissed the clouds, lived a sage revered for his profound wisdom. But it wasn't grand pronouncements or elaborate sermons that drew people to him. It was something far more subtle, something unusual. Each morning, as the village stirred, the sage would venture out into his garden, not to admire the blossoms, nor to tend to the soil, but to collect dewdrops. He wouldn't use a large vessel, nor a practical tool. Instead, with utmost care, he'd use a small, intricately carved wooden bowl, passed down through generations. Villagers watched from afar. Curiosity piqued. Some whispered he was eccentric, others that he sought hidden magic. In the morning dew, the protagonist of our story, a young traveler named Alara, arrived in this village, burdened by her own adversities. Seeking solace and guidance, she, too, noticed the sage's peculiar habit, her mind buzzing with questions. Why dewdrops? Why such delicate care? Alara, emboldened by her quest for understanding, decided to approach the sage. She found him in his tranquil garden, the wooden bowl filled with glistening dewdrops, reflecting the nascent sunlight. Hesitantly, she inquired, "Sage, forgive my intrusion, but I've observed your morning ritual. Why do you collect dewdrops with such devotion?" The sage turned. His eyes, ancient and kind, met hers. A gentle smile graced his lips as he gestured for her to sit beside him on a moss-covered stone. He remained silent for a moment, the only sound the soft chirping of birds and the rustling leaves. Then, in a voice as calm as a mountain stream, he began to speak. "Young traveler, what you see as mere dewdrops, I see as tears." Alara's brow furrowed in confusion. "Tears, sage?" He nodded slowly. "Indeed, the world weeps every night. The sky mourns the setting sun. The leaves lament the fading day. Even the flowers seem to grieve the loss of light. These dewdrops, they are the earth's silent tears, collected in the stillness of dawn." Alara listened intently, captivated by his unusual perspective. But the reason for collecting these tears remained veiled. "But sage," Alara pressed gently, "why collect them? What purpose do these tears serve?" The sage lifted the wooden bowl, the dewdrops shimmering like liquid diamonds. "These tears, child, are not of sadness alone. They are tears of release, of cleansing, of renewal. The earth sheds its burdens each night, and in the morning, it is reborn, fresh and hopeful. By collecting these tears, I honor this cycle of grief and renewal. I observe how even in sorrow, there is a profound beauty, a potential for growth." He continued, his voice resonating with deep wisdom. "We, too, carry our own tears within us. Tears of loss, tears of pain, tears of regret. We often try to suppress them, to hide them, to pretend they don't exist. But just as the earth sheds its tears to renew itself, we must also acknowledge and embrace our own grief. For within our tears lies the secret to transmutation, to transform sorrow into strength, pain into wisdom, and regret into understanding. The sage's words resonated deeply within Alara, each syllable a drop of healing balm on her weary soul. The unusual ritual was no longer strange, but a profound metaphor. The lesson, young Alara, the sage concluded, his gaze soft yet piercing, is not to fear our tears, but to understand them, to collect them, not in a wooden bowl, but in the vessel of our hearts, to observe them, to learn from them, and to allow them to nourish our growth. Just as I collect these dewdrops, to contemplate the earth's resilience, you must acknowledge your own tears, to discover your inner strength. Your tears are not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your capacity to feel, to heal, and to become wise. Alara sat in silence, absorbing the sage's profound wisdom. The morning dew, once just a curious detail, now held a universe of meaning. She realized her own journey through adversity had been a shedding of tears, a painful but necessary process of renewal, inspired by the sage's teachings. Alara left the village, not just seeking solace anymore, but carrying a newfound understanding. She embraced her past sorrows, knowing they were the source of her strength and wisdom. And so, remember, just like the sage and his dewdrops, your tears too hold the power to unlock your inner sage.